Good day, Sir Arcelito. We are Team A, and today we will present our work. The first question that we have all chose to discuss is, should tattoos, skin piercing, or other bodily mutilation be allowed in PNC?
Tattoos and piercing should be permitted as a form of self-expression and creativity. Tattoos and piercing express self-expression by displaying what the word means to those who have them, as well as what they represent. Piercing shows self-expression through what is worn on one's face and body. In week 1 and 2, cultural relativism refers to not judging a culture based on our own standards of what is right or wrong, strange or normal. Instead, we should try to understand other groups' cultural practices in their own cultural context. PNC allows tattoos and skin piercing as long as they are not harming others and are happy with that they are doing.
Yes, we are allowing it as long as it doesn't have negative effects in the student's education that has status and that student's classmates and teachers. All of us have different views in life of what is right and wrong, different cultures and tradition. What is right to us is maybe wrong to others, as stated in the learning material of week 1 to 2 about cultural relativism, that refers to the fact that what is regarded as true, valued, or expected in one social system may not be so in another. Every student in the PNC doesn't have the same culture, traditions, and religion. Other cultures view tattoos and skin piercing as part of their culture, and thus, there is nothing wrong with it. We cannot force our own beliefs to every people in PNC, and we should not discriminate others' culture and tradition. If the purpose of the students that wear tattoos and skin piercing is for the sake of gangs or bad deeds, only those students shouldn't be allowed to wear earrings. But if it's for the sake of their culture and tradition, then we should allow them.
Tattoos and piercings should not be a basis for how a society should judge a person just because they have ink on their body or piercings. Having a tattoo or piercing doesn't change a person's ability nor degrade them. In fact, I think the fact that they are accepted into society as what they are, being able to express themselves would actually increase their mentality to do better.
According to Mate Civic of 2020, tattoos are widely regarded as morally neutral, and the decision to have them as carrying no ethical implications. So we should start normalizing it, not only that there is no point of why it is bad, but it also does nothing to do with schooling. There is no reason why it's just body modification of some sort. For the piercing specifically, they should only allow it with limitation. Women should not use too many and big piercing, and allow only the ear piercing or other piercing is allowed if it's not visible, and remove it temporarily if needed since it can be removed. For men, they should not allow it inside the university and they can wear it outside. They somehow can do also wear piercing inside the university if it is not visible, and remove it when needed or when they told them to.
Why should allow tattoo and piercing in PNC? But apart from culture, society, parents, or government, according to Sedgwick H. 1874 from Ethical Egoism, explained normative ethical position that moral agents ought to act in their own self-interest. Perhaps a person is going through a process and getting tattoos and piercing is a relief to his mood and mind. And as a people who live, we have a right where we are happy and do our right for ourselves. This is one of the reasons that universities should pay attention to, because as time goes on, our generation changes and also gradually changes our beliefs.
The second issue that we chose to discuss is, should Satanism or other occult groups be allowed in PNC?
Satanism is allowed in PNC because we all have our own beliefs, and it is allowed as long as it has no negative impact on the student learning. Everyone in PNC, regardless of religion, has the right to study. Being satanic has nothing to do with a student's education, and is not hindrance to a student ability to learn. Based on 2, subjective relativism as a philosopher position declares that each person is his own authority on the moral life and source of his own moral principles.
As long as they are not a bother and hostile to the school students, teachers, employers, and employees and act normal, we can allow them. But their rituals should not be allowed in the PNC because that will certainly bother the school and its stakeholders. As stated in the learning material of week 1 to 2, subjective relativism is what is right for you may not be right for me, and vice versa. As long as they are not doing anything evil and brainwashing of the students and dominating the school, we can allow those students in the PNC.
I believe Satanism and the cult should be allowed in PNC in the terms of leading and guiding them as a person, not as a member of an occult or the likes. PNC aims to develop the students' knowledge, skills, and values that will be useful for them as professionals in the future. Thus, declining students that are members of Satanism or occults would not actually support the vision, mission, and core values of the said university.
A very basic answer to this is PNC should not allow this inside. Perhaps activity or this kind of action should always be taking place outside the university, and the school should not involve to any of those religious group or occult group. When studying, academically we are reasonable and students possess good character on ourselves. People like them can still, of course, study at PNC. Just keep in mind all their activities happens outside and PNC is not involved with that. Surprisingly, most card-carrying Satanists do not worship Satan or any other form of devil. They are actually atheists. Escobedo, Trisha of 2015, although we refer them as Satanists, where they are listening to hard metal music and we look at them as bad person, or sometimes we call them as devil, but actually not that totally we think of what they are. They just do not believe in God. That is why they should refer them correctly as atheists, which just means that they do not believe in Christianity or other religion. It's what they own viewing of life.
From the different moral ethical theories, subjective relativism declares that each person is his own authority on the moral life and source of his own moral principle. We are agreeing that they are the ones allowed to enter PNC, probably not having closed the minds of our college students for their beliefs or practices, whether they do not believe in God or whoever they worship. We live with all our beliefs and opinions that aim to hopefully be respected by our fellow men. If the issue is religion, it may be that we will not agree with them, but what is being discussed in the question is to allow them in PNC, which is school, because they also just want to study for their dream, and we should not question and ignore their beliefs. Maybe that is why we agree in to learn not to judge someone.
That is all, sir, and thank you. This is our reference list.